right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakwakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, listening to this truth with our sincerity. I already made a blessing election be upon your houses. All right, the title and topic of this lesson is going to be, all right, don't turn back to wickedness. All right, do not turn back to wickedness. All right, because in this walk, in this truth, we are going to be tempted. All right, like the scripture says in Sirach, the second chapter, prepare yourself for temptations. Right, we're going to be tempted. You're going to have demons try to pull you back into the world, try to sift you out of the truth. You may have, former friends of the world try to, pull you back into the world, man. But ultimately, we know that the world ultimately leads to death, right? That path of wickedness ultimately would lead to your demise and your destruction. And also, you know, going from the truth back to the world, you're gonna have way more demons on you than before. Okay, these are all things that we know. These are all things that we should, constantly keep in mind. And when you really sit back and look at it, what does the world have to offer? Right, the world has nothing to offer, right, compared to what Yahweh Shem Shah has in store for us. All right, these things are temporal things. All right, things that won't last, things that won't make it past the missile. All right, things that truly, genuinely do not matter is what the world has to offer. All right, tangible, mortal, temporal things. All right, but we are looking forward to incorruptible things, things that will last for eternity. Right, far more greater things. All right. All right. So we must not turn back to wickedness. We must not turn back to the world. Okay. We got to endure the hardness. We have to keep that tunnel vision. All right. And keep striving and pushing. All right. All the way to the end. But let's jump straight to it. This is Luke 17, verse 32. And it reads, remembers Lot's wife. And we already know what happened to Lot's wife, right? When that destruction was coming, what happened? She turned back and she got turned into that pillar of salt, right? When she was specifically instructed not to look back, right? So once we come into this truth, we have to keep pushing forward, right? Don't look back into the world, right? Don't look back wanting to go into the world. Don't look back wanting to go to wickedness, man. Right? Truly, once you come to the truth, you should really hate the wickedness, man. You should hate that old man. You should despise that old man that you once was, man. You should despise the wickedness that you did, man. All right? But now coming into this walk, coming to this truth, we put off that old man and put on that new man and was renewed in our minds. Okay? So turning back should not even be an option truly in our minds. This is Ezekiel, the 18th chapter, verse 21, and it reads, if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he hath committed, and keep all my statutes, and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live, he shall not die. All his transgressions that he committed, they shall not be mentioned unto him. In his righteousness that he hath done, he shall live. Let's continue on. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Lord our power, and not that he should return from his ways and live? But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness, and committeth iniquity, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned, in his trespass that he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, and then in them shall he die. All right. So ultimately, turning back into that wickedness, it's like you just, all the work, all the labor, everything that you've been doing in this truth, you basically just erasing it. You wiping that slate clean, right? Imagine you in the truth, you doing the work, you serving the Lord, you gave up the world for however long it could be, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, however long it could be. And then you go back into the world. So all those labors you've done won't even be remembered. All those labors you've done basically gonna be erased. All right? Because ultimately, what? You're choosing the world, you're choosing the wickedness, so therefore you're choosing death. All right? It's like you could look at this in modern day, times. You have, you could look at these athletes or celebrities or whatever the case may be, but say they committed a crime, right? Say they committed a crime. Matter of fact, that's, this guy came to mind, O.J. Simpson, right? He was known for being a great football player, you know, and, he got arrested, even though he beat the case. He got arrested for murder, and all those records and everything he was known for on the football field, all that work he put in basically got erased, man. Everybody only knows him as a man that allegedly, killed his wife. All right. All that work basically got erased. Whenever someone brings up O.J. Simpson, first thing they say is, hey, that murder trial, right? They barely even bring up the football, man. Right? So we have to look at it in that sense, man. When it comes down to serving y'all by Shemal Shai, if you put your hand to that plow and put it away, hey, all that labor is ultimately for naught. All right. So we have to keep striving, keep pushing, and not turn back unto wickedness. Okay? Because at the end of the day, there's genuinely, truly nothing there for us, man. This world portrays and flaunts and make it look like it's all cupcakes and sunshine and rainbows and it's all fun and dandy. But in reality, it's not, right? These people are dead, right? These people that we see in the world are literally walking corpses, man. The walking dead. They have no light in them. They have no life in them, man. Everybody puts off his facade. When I be camping downtown, I be seeing these people, man. I be seeing the same people week in, week out. They have no life, man. They have nothing going on. They having a Sunday fun days, man. Right? And we do not want to be like that, man. That's why we came, put off the world, came and served Yahweh Bashem Al Shai in truth and sincerity. We forsake the world. We left the wickedness. We chose to serve Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. So therefore, we should not turn back unto the wickedness, man. That shouldn't even be an option, And we must also keep in mind that, hey, these demons, the job of these spiritual demons is Satan is to what? Sift you out this truth, get you to go off, pull you back into the world, make you turn back into wickedness. So us knowing these things, we have to constantly be, spiritually prepared and spiritually ready for these things, right? Ready for these battles. I just did a lesson on spiritually conditioning to be spiritually fit to battle these demons. All right. Let's continue on. This is Proverbs 29, so like 26 and 11. As a dog returned to his vomit, so is a fool returned to his folly. Right? So it's really a foolish, disgusting, wild thing to do, to turn back unto wickedness, man. It's detestable. It's wicked, right? That's how you should look at it, man. That is the mindset you should have when you look at, turning back into the world. You should be disgusted with it, man. You should look at that like it's a foolish thing. It's a wicked thing. All right. This is 1 John. Salakia. This is 1 John, the second chapter, verse 15. And it reads, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So yeah, you know, we are supposed to ultimately hate this world and not love it. We are supposed to love and choose Yahweh Bashem Shai, right? And if you turn back to wickedness, then ultimately what does that mean? You don't love Yahweh Bashem Shai because you love the world. You chose the world over Yahweh Bashem Shai. You don't have love, true love for Yahweh Bashem Shai. So all those people that fell out, all the people that turned back into their wickedness, all the people that went back into the world, they do not love Yahweh Bashem Shai. They love the world. And therefore, what are they doing? They are choosing death, right? Because if you are a friend of the world, you are an enemy of the Most High. And we already know what's going to happen to the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right? But hey, not to make this too long-winded, the point already has been made. Don't turn back unto wickedness. Don't turn back unto the world. There is nothing there for you but death and destruction. We live in a highly demonic and wicked and polluted world, right? We can see the state of the world, everywhere you go. You walk outside, you seeing wickedness. You go on your phone, you seeing wickedness, man. All right? Rather choose Yahweh Bashem Shai and seek the kingdom. All right? But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace, blessing, salutation to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with our sincerity. Until next time, Shalom, and a ball, Kwame Sharala, Shalom.